Snowbreak Containment Zone is less than a week away, and the developers of the game have made a ton of improvements since the closed beta test. In today's Snowbreak video, I'm going to talk about the various new features that have been added to the game, such as the new boss mechanics, character skins, and the new base and cover systems. Let's get it poppin'. After completing the Chinese and global closed beta test, the Snowbreak team got right to work in order to make sure that some of the functionality requested was implemented in the best way possible, and as a reward for the successful beta test as well as the upcoming launch, the developers decided to give players a free SSR after completing Chapter 5 of the game, and I'm sure you noticed the new variant of Fritia in the bunch. We'll also be receiving a ton of rewards as we complete the available chapters within the game. Let's start off with this new boss fight for Ymir. You may find Ymir familiar as she's been in a ton of promotional material, and we have already had a small fight with her in the closed beta. In this new boss fight, you'll have a lot more verticality on different platforms. You won't just be jumping around for nothing though. On each of the platforms, you'll have new enemies spawning and bullet hell mechanics implemented within the fight, and once you deal a great deal of damage to Ymir, you'll have to get close to her and do damage to specific points on her body. Now, all of this is great, but I'm still hoping that the difficulty will increase for some of these bosses, and smarter enemies will become available that require more knowledge of their kits as we progress through the game and the game develops further. Now, I've talked about the base and cover systems before, however, I've been given some gameplay utilizing these systems, and so far, we've only been able to see the cover system in the earlier part of the game where most of the combat is slow, so it's somewhat hard to tell if it will be useful. However, we've seen in some trailers that the gameplay does contain high intensity situations that will require some sort of cover to reload and navigate around the map, so I'm hoping they take advantage of this system that they've built and make the AI much more aggressive as they've stated in their dev notes, so that moments using cover will be more of a requirement in some situations. In all of the patch notes that I've seen so far, there's been more mention of bullet hell than I've ever seen for this game, so I hope the developers are really starting to see the heights this game could reach with progressive bullet hell mechanics, which will not only increase the difficulty of the game and the attentiveness of the player, but encourage new player builds and new innovations for the game in the future. Now, as for the base system itself, it's kind of exactly as we'd expect. We can explore and interact with the characters we fall in love with by providing gifts to increase their affection levels. However, I'm curious to see how they're going to make this base system more interesting. Will it help us obtain materials needed for progression? Will it give us secret stories for characters with high affection levels? There are so many possibilities here, but it's up to the developers to take advantage of those possibilities. A new feature that I knew was coming, but I'm excited to finally see is the character skin system, and along with that, I have some skins to show you for Finny and Yao. I feel like this will be a nice opportunity to not only bring some spice to the game's character design, but maybe even work in collaboration with some other game studios or anime studios to bring some unique characters to the game. I also mentioned the rewards at the beginning of the video. Well, we'll be receiving a ton of rewards, including free weapons and currency for the 7-day mission rewards, Yao and her work goal skin for the 14-day login rewards, as well as some free stuff for completing story chapters. When completing Chapter 1, you'll receive 10 operative pulls. When completing Chapter 2, you'll receive 10 weapon pulls. When completing Chapter 4, you'll receive a skin for Moxer. Completing Chapter 5 will earn you a free SSR selector as mentioned at the beginning of the video, and completing Chapter 6 will earn you 1,600 Digicash, which could be used for pulls or items in the paid shop. And last but not least, you'll receive all of the pre-registration bonuses, including the new skin for life. As someone who's clocked in over 100 hours of beta testing since the very first closed beta over a year ago, I'm truly excited to see the future of Snowbreak. I just hope the developers see this through regardless of the initial reception, because this game has a ton of potential that only can be realized if the developers have passion for what they are creating. That passion will help them drive the story further, add new game mechanics that will improve the overall experience, and develop characters that we can truly grow attached to. Snowbreak Containment Zone launches on July 20th on Android, PC, and iOS devices with beautiful characters, co-op gameplay, massive boss fights, and so much more. Are you looking forward to Snowbreak? Let me know in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe and like the video as well. Have a wonderful day, stay healthy, stay safe, and stay chaotic. Peace out, everyone.